UBBOptionMillionaires.com. It's April 6, 2016. Calling in via walkie-talkie. A little wacky recap here. We're going to make this short and sweet. S&P 500 futures have come all the way back to the highs that we saw right at the end of the year. Yeah, all the way back. Back. Look at the pattern here we had into the end of 2015. A little sell-off, a spike up, and then a nice decline. The worst decline we saw to start a trading year since the prehistoric age. Yeah. Tyrannosaurus Rex was really underwater. A lot of debt there, heavily margined. Yeah, that took that. I think that's the cause of the extinction back there. If anybody wants to bring it up, anyway, I don't think it was a meteor. But look, a nice W bottom here, mimicking the bottom that we saw last year at the end of 2015, or the summer of 2015, not the end. No, this was the end. And if you look here, the action recently. Now look at this. Hello, folks. This brings out one of my favorite songs from the 80s, Never Surrender. And that's always in the back of my mind when I see the market action and we see these spikes to the upside. Oh, it's like some weakness here, never surrender. And then we go here, never surrender. And then we go again, April Fools. I fooled you once, fooled you twice. April Fools, of course I'm going to fool you again. And here we are again, never surrender. Never surrender. Just a little test of support will launch us to the highs. How's that? That's pretty good, huh? And now look, head and shoulders pattern here, short term, get out of here. Bearish setup. Yeah. How's that going to resolve? Never surrender. Keep that in the back of your head. Very important to look at this market with that kind of mentality. It will not surrender. So again here, mimicking the move that we saw off the lows back in the summer of 2015. Look what happened after that. That was November 1st, I believe we pulled back. Here we are at the start of April. April Fools. Is it going to be April showers? Or are we going to go into the May flowers? And maybe just, woo! A nice W bottom here, launching us up to new all-time record highs. Crude oil certainly liking the action recently. I saw a little piece come across. I don't know, crude oil is going to $140 a barrel again. Just being somewhat sarcastic, we see a sharp move today, up over 4%, helping to lift the indices. Of course, when crude oil was declining here, stock futures were going like this. So, you blame crude oil for the strength in the market, but when crude oil declines, the market doesn't decline. So how can you, what's the correlation there? The US dollar index continues to be talked down. Fed minutes today, we cannot raise rates. We're scared. Of course they can't raise rates. They're backed themselves in a corner. Look at the emerging markets now. It's almost like somebody took the noose off their neck. So it's great. US dollar index declining. I thought it would rally this year because I thought there was no other place for the US dollar to go but up. Every other central bank in the world devaluing their currency. Well, guess what? The yen not doing so well. And I really looked at the Nikkei this year. Oh my gosh. Look at the futures here for the Nikkei 225. Yeah, not doing as robust as the stock market here in the US. Why? Because they're having trouble fighting the US government and devaluing their currency. It just ain't working. We're going to have 20 years of stagflation like the Japanese. All right. UBB here, OptionMillionaires.com. Again, my walkie-talkie. Running out of juice, the audio not so good here, and I'm just going to bring up a couple more charts. S&P 500 ETF, the spiders. I just want to bring up what I am looking for here as far as a potential for a pullback. We need that sell signal. We have not gotten it yet. You can see back off the lows here in September, right? Look at that. We had a nice buy signal, came all the way up. It took a month and a half all the way to the start of November before we really started to see that sell signal maybe take hold, and then ultimately we got a pullback. Looking here at the start of 2016, similar thing, got a nice sell signal. Well, guess what? Market fooled us right here. We did not get the buy signal. We came very close. It was one of the best buy signals we could have ever had here for the market, as it's been a spectacular move, vaulting away from the moving averages. At some point, we're going to come back. Is it just going to be consolidation phase, or is it going to be a pullback of the 200 and under variety for the S&P 500 ETF? The spiders watching for that sell signal. Sell signal, talking about selling. I mean, this one's got a virus. The Zika virus. The VXX. Shouldn't say the VIX. The VIX was down, 6% today? So VXX got clobbered. Yesterday's action, a complete fake out. Rope-a-dope. Rope-a-dope. Look at the action here we had to start the week. Strong move up. The VXX did not sell off as it has been doing in the past. Look at it even today, starting off robust. Robust. Before just getting slapped. Absolutely, I call it VIX slapped. Slapped in the face, and closing at just off the session lows. Hey, at least something is closing near session lows in this market. A couple other things to watch here. Gold. You're thinking about central banks keeping interest rates low for even longer than they expected. You would think gold maybe get a bit. Nah, everything's great. Everything's great. Every central bank's devaluing their currency, but a place where you can maybe keep a store value of your currency via precious metal gold. But if you look at the chart, isn't that a nice little flag there? That looks pretty nice to me. That looks like a wonderful. I mean, that's almost a perfect bull flag right there. So I like gold. There's one thing that I think is going to go up here in the short to medium term. Gold. Look at this. We're starting to curl up here. Gold and Twitter, of course. You would think Twitter, with this market rallying, what, 17% today in negative interest rate terms, Twitter would have had a better day. I mean, come on, they're streaming NFL content. This is great. What better way for Twitter to go out and branch out than one of the biggest, most watched sports in the world, the NFL. Yeah, Twitter. I think Twitter, go out a couple weeks, send some calls. It's going to head back over 20. All right, UPBOptionMillionaires.com. Got to hang up the walkie-talkie. Send it back to the 1980s. I'll tell you what, win or lose, never surrender. Never surrender. Just a little. Okay. Support is all I'm asking for.